Okay, I'll explain about do today. So predefined orchestrations provided by Oracle predefined, except red ones, remaining are predefined, except red remaining ones are predefined. So this is a main orchestration. So this orchestration is used for all the types of sales orders. You know, it can be for standard sales order or for dropship or for back-to-back. If it is bill only sales order or if it is ship only sales order. Okay. So this is the orchestration that is used. Okay. And suppose, if the item, so basically it depends upon the item properties and how you are entering the data in the sales order. The orchestration is automatically called. Orchestration is automatically called based on item properties and then the data you entered in the sales order. Orchestration called based on item attributes and sales order data. Okay. Item attributes in the sense, suppose if the item invoiceable is no. If the item is invoice is no, then it's a ship only item, right? Because you're saying you don't want to invoice. Why you don't want invoice? Because it's sample. It's ship only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is ship only. Okay. Suppose for the item, suppose if the shippable is no. Shippable is no. In that case, it's a
Bill only.
bill only item. Okay. Shippable and invoice both are S. Then standard sales order, right?
Yes, sir.
Then standard sales order. Okay. Based on the item attributes. Based on the item attributes. And this is for, this orchestration is called, in this orchestration, we have seen the steps, right? What are the steps? What is the first step? Schedule step. What is the next step in the orchestration we have seen?
Reserve.
Reserve. After that, ship, right?
Ship. Yeah.
After that, invoice.
Mhm.
In the middle, you have seen something called some enterprise asset management, something you have seen asset management that is not applicable actually in the standard orchestration. In the standard orchestration, you'll see this. Suppose if the invoice is selected to no. So what will happen? This invoice step is marked as not applicable. Only these three steps are going to process by the orchestration. So it will become ship only. Okay. And if invoice is yes, and if shipping is no, then shipping step is not applicable. Shipping step is not applicable. Then that is become bill only. Okay, both are yes, then both are applicable. Shipping and invoice both are applicable. That is a standard sales order. So this orchestration is called. It's going to call this orchestration only. But based on the item attributes, that respective step is called. Otherwise, the respective step is ignored. Okay. So the same orchestration is used in case for that item in the sales order. In the sales order, you entered instead of warehouse, nothing but instead of inventory organization as a source, you entered supplier. The source you entered as a supplier. Source you entered as a supplier, then it will become what type of sales order? Shippable is yes, invoiceable is yes, but you selected the source as supplier. Then that will become dropship. So this orchestration is called. But in this orchestration, you will not see, you'll not see exactly same steps. You'll see some different steps. Not exactly same step. This is for standard sales order, bill only, ship only. But for drop ship, you will see some extra steps also for drop ship. So this is orchestration is called, but this orchestration is going to follow which steps? Drop ship steps. Okay. And sir, how this orchestration is going to honor back-to-back sales, or I'll tell you. At the item level, there is an attribute called back-to-back. If that is selected to yes, if that is selected to yes, and here if you select the source as inventory or at the item level, you selected back-to-back to yes, and source you select as inventory or. In that case, back-to-back steps are called. That's become back-to-back sales order. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So orchestration, you cannot call. It will be called automatically by the application based on item attributes, based on the sales order. It is automatically called. I mean, we can also call manually in a different way. I will tell you once I discuss this. Once you get the clarity on this process, on this method, then we will discuss about the other method. Okay. Now I'm opening that orchestration from the application. That's the main orchestration. As I mentioned, this orchestration is used for accept returns. It is used for all the cycles, accept returns, standard sales order, drop ship, back to back, bill only, ship only, for all. Accept returns. Okay, order management. And from here, orders, and switch to all tasks. And you'll see main is orchestration process definitions. This is the configuration screen. And here you search for the name that I provided. Do order fulfillment generic process. This is equal to the workflows in EBS. Workflows. In case of EBS, what are the workflows? Which
Order
workflows
type
you will
generic, sir.
Line for
Order
generic
type.
only.
Order flow generic, line flow generic.
Yeah, order flow generic, line flow generic. You see the names also here. Order fulfillment generic process. Okay. The names looks similar right here also. So workflow is nothing but orchestration in Fusion. I'm not sure in this instance, in the EKMK instance, I'm not able to fetch that instance name. This is standard. I'm not able to find it. This issue I'm observing from few months. That's why I'm trying to open this in the EHQZ instance. I think better the orchestration if I explain in the demo instance, that's better because you're gonna customize the orchestration. So, if you do it in the demo instance, it's gonna refresh for every 2 weeks. If you do it in here, it's gonna create a problem for all of us. What is the latest demo instance available, team?
95, sir.
Dev 95, huh? Did I receive the email? August 29. So I received. Order management, orders, and main is orchestration process definitions. Is the task name. Main is orchestration process definitions. And let's copy and paste this orchestration and just click on the search. As I mentioned, this is seeded, predefined orchestration. I can, I'm able to pull here, right? So I can show you the record history also. See, so this is seeded data, right? Seeded data means it's also available in real-time application also, correct? It will display in every application. If it is demo data, it will display only in the demo instance. But this is not a demo data, it's a predefined data, okay? So this is orchestration. This orchestration, for some reason, I'm not able to fetch from the EKMK instance. Okay, I'm trying to search from here. Somebody, did some modification to this orchestration. That's why I'm not able to fetch it from here. So I request you to practice the orchestration customization, and if you want to try something new in the orchestration, please try in the demo instance team, okay? Because these are temporary instances, right? So test instances are our permanent instances. So don't break the test instances. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So orchestration, these are the steps, 100 to 1000, and this is step number, step name, step number, step name, and all these steps are categorized into task type and task. So task type is nothing but these two are related to procurement tasks. That's why these two steps are categorized into procurement task types, and which service it is calling, what kind of service it is calling. Okay, so what is the first step? Schedule step. Okay, in the schedule step, what will happen? It's nothing but GOP step, right? So in the GOP step, ATP rule and sourcing rule. Okay, after that, conditional branch. This conditional branch is nothing but this orchestration will identify whether that is standard sales order, bill only, or drop ship, or back to back. It will identify here. This is conditional branch. It will not call any service. It will just identify it is what type of sales order. Okay, I'll do one thing. Since it is not in the editable mode, or maybe I can pick on show. Okay, it's not in the editable mode. That's why some columns are hidden. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm clicking on the duplicate button. So, the moment you click on the duplicate button, automatically system is suggesting a name. Okay, with this name already, previous students might have saved it. That's why you change the name. And I would like to remove that bracket copy off, and all the custom orchestrations should start with the custom prefix. Okay, it's getting started with the custom prefix. And I would like to mention at the end 53K. Okay, display name, custom do. I'd like to name it as main orchestration. So process class, let it be, you can, if it's just a return only order, you can just select return. If it is ship only, you can just select ship order. You can select anything, it's just to identify whether the sales order is really used for what purpose. I'm keeping it to the suggested type itself. And description. custom orchestration. Okay. And here, so that is about header part. What is the effective date and what is the reference data set? That is about header part. Current status is new. Current status is new. And in the bottom, two tabs are the step definition and status condition. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Morning,
Yes,
all
sir.
of you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, all of you.
Good morning.
morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Important concept. Please concentrate here. So two sections are the step definition and status condition. So let's talk about step definition. I think you understood the step number, right? The step number is used to identify, which step is called after which step. Which step is called which step, the step number. And as I mentioned, this conditional branch is not going to call any service, but the schedule step, it's going to call a service. The service I'll show you on the right hand side. Yeah, this is a service it is calling. So this is GOP. And after the conditional step, based on the sales order type, okay, if it is a standard sales order, what are the next steps? If it is standard sales order, what are the
Reserve,
next
sir.
steps? Reserve.
Reserve,
You
sir.
see here, it's directly calling step number 900. So what is the parent step? Nothing but previous step. That means after 200, if it is standard sales order, after 200, directly it is calling which step? Reservation step. After 900, 1000, nothing but shipment request. After 1000, shipment advice. Okay. Nothing but these are shipment steps. After completion of the reservation step, these two are related to shipment. Okay. And this is finally merge step. Okay. What is this merge step? I'll tell you. Suppose this is for the standard sales order, reservation, and then after that shipping step. Okay. If it is drop ship or back to back. So if it is back to back after conditional branch, after 200 step, if it is back to back, it is directly requesting for a supply. In case of back to back, what we are doing? You're trying to create a supply from the demand, right? Demand is nothing but sales order. Supply is nothing but your PO. You're requesting for a supply, you're waiting. You're waiting for the supply to be received from the supplier. And back-to-back shipment. This is what kind of shipment is this? Back-to-back shipment. So this shipment is standard sales order shipment. But this shipment is back-to-back shipment. Okay. So in case of back-to-back sales, it's going to call after 200 step, it will call 300, 400, 500, 600. And finally, the invoicing step. The last step is invoicing step here. It will call in case of standard sales order or back-to-back or whatever, it will call. This is the merge step. If it is a drop ship, after step number 200, step number 700 is called. Step number 200, step number 700 is called. So these two steps are related to drop ship. In case of drop ship, we perform shipping? No.
No.
So no shipping step is called here. Only purchase requisition
Request.
creation and then waiting for the procurement, nothing but the supplier to deliver the product to the customer. That's it. These two steps, 700 and 800, and finally merge step, after that invoicing step. I'll show you this process in a picture. I'm saving this orchestration. I'm saving it. And I'm navigating to actions and I'm clicking on generate process diagram. Give me a second. Okay, you see here, the first step is schedule step. Okay, from the schedule step only, you'll identify based on the sourcing rule, you'll identify whether it's a, if it is a ship from sourcing rule, it's a standard sales order. If it is a buy from sourcing rule, it's a drop ship sales order, correct?
Yes.
So this is the after the first step, conditional branch. If it is standard sales order, it will
Reserve.
follow this one, the first line.
Yes.
Reservation, shipment, these two are shipment, merge step, after merge step, invoice creation. Okay. And these two for drop ship. And this is for back to back. This is back to back shipments. If you see, shipment, create back to back. Understood the flow, the
Yeah.
orchestration steps. So this is the orchestration. It's going to handle standard sales order, drop ship, back to back, and it will also handle will only, ship only sales orders. So it's purely based on the data you are entering in the sales order and also item attributes. And also let me add one more also here based on your sourcing rule also, right? Based on your sourcing rule also. Suppose in the sales order you did not enter any org. I mean, you did not, this you kept empty. This you kept empty. Okay, in the sourcing rule only you mentioned whether it's a ship from or whether it's a buy from, you mentioned it here. Then sourcing rule also will come into the picture to identify what type of sales order. So far good. Any questions, please?
Sir, one doubt here regarding this process diagram. So here in the, hello?
I can hear you, yeah. Tell me.
Here in the process class, we have selected like dropship back-to-back order class, right? So in the process diagram, it will not show only that back-to-back order, or it will show all the three types of order, like standard, back-to-back, and other one as well.
Here it is showing all right. Here also.
Yes. Yeah, it will show all in spite of we select whatever the process class.
This one, huh? Okay. This is just for our information only.
Okay.
This is just for our information. You can select anything from the drop down. This is for our information. That's it.
Oh.
Talking about this field, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Sir.
if it is standard sales order, I'll take question. If it is standard sales order, in the orchestration, it will only display these steps.
Yeah.
If it is dropship, it will display these steps. If it is back to back, it will display these steps.
Okay.
In the sales order orchestration. After we create a sales order, we are going to the orchestration screen, right? There we are seeing the steps, right?
Yes, yes.
If it is back to back, it will display only these steps. Dropship, it will display only these steps. Okay. And standard sales order, it will display these steps. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, in the previous screen, parent step means immediately previous step.
Before step. Parent step is nothing but before step.
Okay, sir. In that
So
screen,
see here.
sir, can you open
Here for step number 900, what is the parent step?
200, sir.
That's it.
Yes, can you open that screen, sir, once?
Okay.
Sir, 1200 merge, that parent
Yes.
step is 200 direct.
Okay.
How it is, sir?
Showing 200. If it's just bill only,
Yeah, you can check that service time.
if it's just bill only,
Sir, in this flowchart, that is not available diagram.
and also here you can also see this also.
Previous.
Okay, this is nothing but 600, 800 previous step.
back to back.
600, 800, 1000. Okay. So here our standard sales order is getting completed. Okay. After 1100 step, 1200 step, this is also one more indication. And 800 is nothing but here these two steps are for dropship, right? After
Yes.
800, 1200 step. Okay. I think this 200 it is to identify, in case of bill only. In case of bill only, all these are not applicable.
Okay.
All these are not applicable. Back-to-back shipment is applicable. Drop shipping is applicable. Normal shipping is applicable. Directly billing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In that flowchart, in that diagram, this
That's
is
okay.
not
Leave it.
added.
And don't need to, pull your hair for that. Leave it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you're good with the step and then step name, and step type is nothing but what type of step is that, okay, whether that's a service or whether that is a merge step or whether that is a conditional branch. And this is indicator. If it is a service, you'll see this settings icon. If it is conditional branch, you'll see like this. If it is a merge step, you'll see this like this. And you understood what is this parent step, correct? And the task type, again, these steps are segregated into task types. Okay, and these two steps are segregated into what? Procurement. And these two steps are segregated into shipment.
No.
And remaining all segregated under create invoice, wait for invoice. These two are segregated under invoice. Again, these task types are categorized into task. This is again indicator. Okay, task indicator. So this is, you see, the shipment symbol. Okay, this is reservation C lock symbol. And this is pause symbol. Okay. So what service it is calling, you can see here, the services. And here, the remaining things are need not to put concentration over there, but I would like to cover one point here. So when the item is eligible for this step, when the item shipping is selected, yes, right? When the item attribute is selected, shipping S, then only this step is eligible, right?
Yes.
So here, if you click on the rule, you can see what is the eligibility criteria for this step, the selection criteria. You can see the conditions. The conditions are written in the expression language. These conditions can be written by our technical consultants. The expression language is almost similar to the SQL. And expression language is also used to perform the form personalizations in Fusion. So here, I'll explain you just one condition here, shippable flag. You see the shippable flag? Why? Yes. The shippable flag should be yes. This is the eligibility. I'm just talking about only one condition. Like that, couple of remaining other conditions also there, which are written in the expression language. The line selection criteria. Suppose if it is no, if the item shippable is no, then it's not eligible for this particular step. It's not eligible for this particular step. Because this particular step is eligible when your shippable flag for that item is yes, then only. So these are standard conditions. If you want, you can also create a custom conditions also here. If you want one more validation, you want additional validations, you can add here. Okay, this is nothing but the orchestration customization. This is nothing but adding our own validations into the steps, into the rules. Okay, but customizing the orchestration is not, I mean to say it's new. That's the reason, people are not comfortable with it. So once we, if after some years, I believe our technical consultants gets comfortness on customizing the orchestration. In case of EBS, we have workflow customization, right? Workflow, we can customize our workflows in case of EBS. Our technical consultants are working on workflow customization for many years. That's why they know. So this orchestration is, it's new to our technical guys also. That's why they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable. Okay, they should learn and they should do it. There is Oracle documentation. They has to read that Oracle documentation and has to gain the knowledge, and they're able to configure the rules under this. But make sure when you are taking any custom requirement on the orchestration from the client, make sure you have a good technical resource in your project. Otherwise, you'll get into trouble because you're accepting it and your technical guy is not able to deliver it. Then you'll be in trouble. Okay. Now, okay. Now, right now it is in new status, right? After creating the custom orchestration, you have to click on the release button. Click on the release button and status changes to released. Status will change it to released. So that means you can start using this orchestration. Okay. Now, like this, orchestration, Oracle also provided a specific orchestration for ship, especially for standard sales order. So if you are using this orchestration, it will have which steps team, shipping and billing. I'll open it and show you. I'm opening that predefined orchestration also. It is exclusively for standard sales order. So see here, what are the steps are there? Schedule step, reservation, shipment, invoice step, correct? So this
Yes.
orchestration is also predefined. This orchestration is also predefined. But for standard sales order, system will not call this orchestration. System will call the previous orchestration only. It will call this one, it will not call this. If you want to call the orchestration, automatically means it will call this only. If you want to call orchestration manually, then you can use this. Manually, if you want to call, you can use this. How to call orchestration manually, I'll cover. If it is standard sales order also, if the system is calling the orchestration, it will call this only. It will not call this. If you want to call manually, then you can use this. Understood? This is bill only. Next is bill only. This is also predefined. So what steps are there? Invoicing steps.
Yes, invoice.
Okay, it's also predefined, right?
Yeah, that.
Okay. Suppose if I want ship only. If I want ship only, the ship only orchestration Oracle has not provided. We have to create a custom orchestration. How to create a custom orchestration for ship only? Simple. I'm opening this orchestration. I'm opening ship only, the standard sales order orchestration. I'm opening that and duplicate that. Standard sales order orchestration I'm opening, duplicate it. I would like to create what type of orchestration team?
Ship.
Ship only, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I do is simple. Only keep the shipping steps and remove invoicing step. That's it. Delete them. These two are invoicing, right? Delete it. That's it. But you have to delete from multiple places. First, you have to delete from this tab, status condition, step definition, status condition. I'm navigating to status condition. Under that, again, two tabs are there. Line status value, orchestration status values. Nothing but, in the sales order, you will see fulfillment line status, right? You'll see header status, you'll see line status, you'll see fulfillment status. In the fulfillment screen, you'll see the fulfillment status, right? So for ship only, it's asking to save. For ship only, this invoicing related statuses are applicable. Nothing but awaiting billing. Okay, billed, these are applicable. No,
No.
right? Delete it. So these fulfillment statuses are not applicable, right? Delete it. Keep the remaining statuses. Resolved, scheduled. Okay, you keep that. Okay, what I did, I deleted invoicing related fulfillment statuses. Okay, so you should delete from here also. Orchestration process statuses also. There also you should. This is orchestration statuses. If you open the orchestration screen, there also you'll see the statuses. So that billing related statuses you delete it. Awaiting billing. Awaiting billing and billed. Deleting it. Okay. So in the status conditions, I deleted the billing related statuses from the two places, and from the step definition, you delete invoicing related steps. Okay. So this is how you create a ship only orchestration. Only shipping steps are there. Now save it and then go to actions and release. Understood how to create a custom orchestration by duplicating the existing orchestration?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have explained how to delete the steps, but if you want, you can introduce the steps in the middle as well. There is a plus button, not only delete button, plus button is also available. So additional steps also we can add here, and even we can create a complete new service also. And for the extra step that we have added, we can call a new service as well. But this is pure orchestration customization. Okay, so you need to have a technical guy to perform this. You want to introduce some custom process during this cycle, and between these steps, you want to introduce some custom process. For that custom process, you can create a custom step, and then you can call the service. Service also you should create. So where that can be created, I'll show you. Not from the screen. From on the screen, we can create the task types, tasks, and the steps we can create there, and we can add the services also to the steps. I'll show you. Okay. Now this is about normal orchestrations. Let's talk about written orchestrations. I'm taking the written orchestrations now. So in case of written, this is the main orchestration. Okay, we have to receive the customer reported damage. We need to receive the damage product, right? This is receiving. These two
Okay.
are receiving. After that, we create a credit memo.
Mhm.
RMA invoice is nothing but credit
Credit.
memo. We create a credit memo. So receiving steps and then invoicing steps. Okay. But in some cases, only, we issue credit memo. Return is not required. Why not required? Because, our executive visited the customer location. Really, the product is damaged. And we ask for customer to scrap the product. In that case, we
Only-
receive the damaged product. No, only invoicing step is applicable. That is called credit only. For credit only, is there any orchestration given by Oracle? For credit only, you have to use this orchestration. The billing orchestration. Here I discussed about bill only, right? The bill
Mhm.
only if you use here it will create invoice. Here it will create a credit memo. You need not to create a separate.
Mhm.
Okay. Both are billing only. So here it will create a sales invoice. Here it will create a written invoice. Here normal invoice. Here credit memo. Okay. In some situations, we don't issue amount back to the customer. In that case, invoicing step is not applicable. We receive the damage part from the customer. We may repair it and we send it to the customer, or we may replace the product with brand new product, but we are not returning the payment to the customer. That's called as a return only. Return only is a custom. You see the red color, it's a custom. Oracle has not given. Okay. How to create a custom? Same like how I have created return only. What you can do, you can duplicate this. From this orchestration, what steps you have to remove? Invoicing related steps you have to remove, correct?
Yes, only red.
Yeah. That's it. Recently, Oracle has given another orchestration. So this is, to handle a situation, suppose you have a store. You have a store, the customer is directly, it's a takeaway basically, takeaway. Customer is coming to your store and customer is taking the product. Are you performing the picking in this case? In case of takeaway, you're performing the picking or you're performing shipping?
No.
No, right?
No.
But your on hand should deduct, right?
Yes.
So you can use this orchestration for that.
Okay.
Do_inventory orchestration. So if you use this orchestration, what will happen? Application will deduct the on hand without performing picking and shipping. So how this orchestration is called? It is also automatically called. Give me a second. So this orchestration is also automatically called based on the sales order entry. So in the sales order, if you enter from which org, from which sub inventory, and what lot number or what serial number you want to pick. If you enter these details in the sales order, from which sub inventory, what is the lot number or what is the serial number? If the item is not having lot and serial, if you leave it also. But if you enter the sub inventory, then the system is going to assume it's a this type of orchestration. So you are clearly specifying from which ordination, from which sub inventory, what lot number should be deducted, what serial number should be deducted. You are clearly specifying here, right? In the sales order, then it will call this orchestration. It's a new feature. I read through the new features. You have to read the new features also. Yes. You have to upgrade your knowledge on the application. How you can upgrade? By reading through the new features only. Now you are attending the classes. I'm talking about new features also. After 1 year, after 2 years, how you'll come to know the new features, team? You should read. Every quarter you have to read. I'm going to read. I'm going to read for procurement, order management, costing, inventory. I'll read. Okay. In case of returns also, whether it's going to call this orchestration, it depends upon again item attributes. Suppose in the item level, you select a return S and you selected invoicing no, then that will become a return only, right? That will become return only. Correct? Because
sir.
you don't want invoice. You have to just return the product. Depends upon item attributes and how you are entering the data in the sales order. You should have idea on the system behavior, orchestration behavior. As of now, I'm talking about orchestration, how it is called automatically. If you want to call orchestration manually, yes, there is a way. The way is nothing but, you should introduce order type functionality like in EBS. In EBS, we call orchestration from the order type workflow.
But from
We call workflow from the order type only, right? So similarly, here also we can call the orchestration from the order type. But currently in Fusion, order type is a mandatory field in the sales order screen.
No.
It's not a mandatory field. We have to make it mandatory. We need to make that mandatory. So how to make order type mandatory? See, simply sandbox. Sandbox. As of now, how many sandbox objects we discussed? How many sandbox objects we discussed as of now?
Three.
I'm
Two
creating
only,
a
sir.
sandbox. Yeah.
Structure.
Now I'm using for personalization, for page personalization, you have to use a sandbox called page composer. See here, add, edit page content. To perform page personalization, you have to use which one? Page composer. I'm explaining new sandbox object here, that is page composer. If you want to hide any field, or if you wanted to make it mandatory optional, or you want to change the position of that field to the bottom to the top or top to the bottom, okay, and you want to have further validations in that field, use page composer. Page personalization, all page personalizations we use page composer. I'm selecting that and click on create and enter. Okay, right now we are in the sandbox. Okay, now I'll go to the sales order screen. Team, I'm doing this in the demo instance. Okay, I request you to please try in the demo only. Okay, don't break our permanent instance. Okay, team.
Yes.
Yes.
Auto management, and again go to auto management. I would like to navigate to the sales order screen. No session tomorrow. Again, I'll meet you on Monday. Again, I'll meet you on Monday. No session tomorrow. So currently, order type is not mandatory, correct? Okay, let me just select any BU you can just select. This is just a mandatory field, that's it. Now, if you don't fill this field, if you're working on this, it will disturb you. It's going to disturb you. That's why select something here and go to tools and enable the page composer. Enable the page composer object and you click on the structure and here try to select only that particular field. Okay, so you have to click on this one, select. Click on the select, not add content, not structure. Click on the select. I have given the instruction here. Sandbox, page composer, select. Okay, and edit component. After clicking on the select, you keep your cursor here. Click on that. Yeah, if you try to click on that, it will display. Okay. You click on edit component. Click on edit component. And right now it is optional field because required is selected to no. So to click on the drop down, click on override. Click on override. And click on the drop down and go to expression builder. And instead of false here, select a true. Select a true. Override. First, what I've done, I clicked on the override. Okay, after that, I went into expression builder. There false is there. I selected true. And it will become mandatory required. Order type, see here. This is order type related properties. I made it as a mandatory field. Required. Okay, so clear instructions given here in the. So select and after that click on edit component, click on override. After that, click on expression builder and enter true there and click on OK. Okay. Now, if you want to deploy now you see it's a mandatory field. Okay. Now you want to deploy the changes, just deploy it, publish it.
Please.
I'm not publishing because I want you to practice. That's why I'm not publishing it. Okay. How to make it optional? Just go there and select false. Okay. I'm not deploying thing. You can try it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm leaving the sandbox. I'm leaving the sandbox without deploying. Okay. So right now, in that order type, is there any values are there? No. No values are there. How to create order types? It's a lookup. It's actually a lookup. This is the lookup name. And this is the task name, order type lookups. Just go to order type lookups. From the order management, again from the orders, you see a task called order type lookups. You see order type lookups team here. Mine is order lookups. There you search with the lookup name that I mentioned. Do underscore order types. You can search with the meaning also. In the meaning field, you can just type sales order. Then also you'll get this. Right now it is empty, right? You can create order types now. Standard SSO. This is code only. Display sequence 1. Start date. Select the start date. And ending enter as standard sales order. Okay, like this. Next, SP. Ship only. Okay. Understood how to create order types? It's a lookup. So how to call orchestration based on these order types? That is next I'll cover. Now whatever we have created, it will display in the drop down here. Okay, team.
Understood. Yes.
Now based on this order type selection, how to call the orchestration? How to call the orchestration based on this order type selection? There is a setup. There is a setup. I'll navigate to the setup from the setup and maintenance only. Orchestration, process assignment rules for sales order. This one. Process assignment rules for sales order. You're familiar with the screen configuration, okay? Earlier we defined ship confirm, job set rules, sales order approvals from the similar kind of screen, okay? I'm creating a new rule now. rule name, and condition is order type. I can directly, instead of dragging and dropping here, I can directly type here also. If I click on this, I can type with the condition name, order type is equals to standard sales. So we created how many order types? 2.
2.
If it is equal to standard sales order, then click on the do, and again click on the circle. Here the attribute, this you need to remember, team. Here attribute you have to select as process name deprecated. Here I've given here process name deprecated. That is attribute name. You should search. Remove the process name deprecated. You can select the first one. And now you can call the orchestration. So we created so there is a standard orchestration, right, for sales order, for standard sales order. I'm selecting that. So ship order generic process. It's for standard sales order, right? I'm calling that. That standard orchestration, standard sales orchestration, I'm calling for which order type? Standard sales order. Understood?
Good.
Okay. Activate the rule and publish. I think you're aware of that. Activating the rule and publish. Now, ship only. Now for ship only. Order type. If the order type is selected as ship only. If the order type is selected as ship only, then click on do. And again, click on this circle. Here, process name deprecated. Yeah, the name is confusing. Yeah, you see, deprecated. The name is confusing. And here, we created custom orchestration for ship only, right?
Yes. Yes.
What is the name that we entered?
Mm,
Yeah, this one.
Yes.
Okay. So select that. Understood? How to call the orchestration based on the order type.
It's manual process.
This is manual. So after creating the rule,
Activated.
I would like to see inactive rules. And I created these 2 rules currently. Okay, these 2 rules you have to activate. Activate. Activate the rule, enter the start date. I want it to be start from immediately. And, okay, so since I activated, it's gone into the active bucket. So it will display in the active bucket. Here, this tool. Okay, and publish it. This is how you can introduce order type functionality in Fusion. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will explain you, it will not take much time. Just give me, another 5 minutes. I can complete the tool. Okay. Tomorrow I'm not taking session. Just give me 5 minutes, please. So geopardy and threshold, this is nothing but on the sales order screen. You could see the info leads on the sales order screen. Okay. On the sales order dashboard. Orders are in geopardy. Lines that are in geopardy. Basically, geopardy is nothing but risk. The orders which are in risk. Here, the lines which are in risk. Okay, suppose, if the shipment is delayed by 30 days, the order is in high risk, right? Yes,
Yes.
or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so,
sir.
we have to take action. Okay, so we can, classify orders into the high risk, low risk, and medium risk. Okay, so how to configure it, I'll show you. It's simple only. By default, 3 types of risk types provided by Oracle, that is low, high, and medium. If I go to geopardy priorities, geopardy is nothing but risk. So Oracle has given how many? Low, medium, high. Okay, and what is the score? I'll cover. Let me close the screen. And I'm navigating to the thresholds. I'm creating a rule here. Okay, 53 shipment delay. I want this to be applicable only for all the orchestrations or any specific orchestration. I'm selecting our specific orchestration, which is we created a ship only, right?
Yes, PQ.
custom.
Yes, custom starts with.
Starts with custom, huh? Yeah, okay. Custom ship only. No, I want this to be applicable. And what task it should be applicable? I want this to be applicable for the shipment task only. Under shipment, what shipment? Normal standard sales order shipment or back-to-back shipment? Under shipment, you have normal shipment and back-to-back shipment. I would like to apply for both. If it is normal shipment, back-to-back shipment, if the shipment, delayed by 5 days, if the shipment is delayed by 5 days, I would like to give a score of 150 or 50 to that order 50. That means if any sales order line is shipment is delayed by 5 days, what is the score that line will get? 50. 50 means the 50 falls under which bucket? Low. Okay. And if it is delayed by 10 days, I would like to give a score of 200. 200 is where? Medium, right? And if it is delayed by more than 10 days, okay, between 5 to 10 days, between 10 days to so and so, I would like to give the maximum score. If any shipment is delayed after 10 days, it's going into which bucket? High risk bucket.
Yes.
This rule, it has to be applicable for a specific orchestration or all orchestrations. It has to be applicable for a specific step or all the steps that you can select here. That's it. Click on save and close. That's it. That is about geopardy. The shipment is an example. Similarly, you can configure, invoice. Invoice also should not be delayed. Invoice step, if you have come to the invoice step means you shipped product to the customer already. Once you ship the product to the customer already, you have to invoice the customer within 2-3 days, right? If you're not invoicing that sales order within 2-3 days, it's a
Payment.
risk to the company. Okay, in this case, you can select invoicing step. Okay. Understood? Okay, that's about the orchestration.
Sir, one query.
Tell me, sir. I'm done for today. Now, if you have questions, you can stay back and ask me. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. Okay. We're also done with the do part. In the do part, I have to explain you only the written. We can also create written order types also. This written order types I will explain you during the sales order explanation. Okay. It's not required to discuss now. I will explain during that time. So today we finish from that to here today. Okay. So I think we are ready from Monday onwards. We can in Monday I'll discuss few configurations. After that, from Tuesday onwards, we'll start with the cycles from Tuesday onwards. So Tuesday means 5th, standard sales order, and after that, drop ship and back to back. So we are able to complete out of those 4 or 5 cycles, we are able to complete at least 3 in this 4 days. If we don't face any setup related issues and challenges, we are able to complete all the cycles in these 4 days, or maybe max we can complete 3. So expect by next week mid, we can finish order management. Next week mid. Okay. Next week mid. After discussion of the cycles, I will explain you the scenarios. In each cycle, what type of scenarios that you can think of and you can practice, I will explain you. And you have to try those scenarios on your own. And of course, I will help you if you're stuck somewhere or if you need guidance, I'll help you. Okay, and parallelly do the interpretation. Order management, I think I've shown you, right? There are a lot of, how many? 170 plus questions are there. 170 plus questions. Okay, go through those questions. Go ahead with your doubts.
Yes, sir. Sir, in Jeopardy, the delay dates are counted based on if the shipment is selected, it is calculated based on the scheduled ship date.
No, the moment the task is started, the moment the task is started, the clock is started. Okay. I'm opening an order. So here I'll show you the orchestration. Okay, it is gonna, I think I've shown you. I'm showing again. The clock is gonna start. Here you see. These 2 steps are completed, right? This step is already started. If the step is completed, you'll see green color. If it is not completed, you'll see this color. So coming to the shipping step, you see when it started, 3/4/15. At what time? Okay.
Okay.
So based on this, the geopardy calculation happen.
Okay, sir. Got it. Sir, another query. for the return orchestration process,
Hmm.
the standard if we need to call the bill only for the return also, like you had share. Can you open that screen, sir? Excel.
Okay.
Yeah. So here for the standard sales order and return sales order, for 3 and 5 both are same. So if we take any item, the attributes can be same, like it can be sold as well as it can be returned.
Hmm.
So will the EBS conditions will apply, like if we are taking a return, then we usually enter -1 at the lines. So how it will automatically identify this is a return one in Fusion?
It's
For the return, yeah.
it's how you create the sales order. So return sales order we create from a return screen. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how it will identify it's a return sales order. So here this is normal sales order screen, right? If you want to create a return sales order, here you select the line and you click on the return button.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Anyway, this I should explain you because I should cover the return sales order, right? Next week I'll explain it. Next question, please. Any more doubts? All good?
Hi, sir.
So,
Sir, when I was configuring the discount list,
Mhm.
in the discount percentage, then we adjustment will select as discount percentage again, right?
Mhm.
So when I was doing that, it is showing only the list base price. So is there any setup that I've missed for that in the drop down?
No setup to display the drop downs. It should display. You're creating discount rule for flat or at a conditional list.
For everything, it is showing the same, sir.
Okay, the moment you select discount percentage, it is showing list price.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is your expectation to display in the drop down?
Discount percentage.
You're saying that you always selected discount percentage, right?
Yes, sir. But in adjustment also here discount percent and there it should be discount percentage, right?
Did you send me any screenshot, madam, to have a quick review?
No, sir.
No, it would be I'm saving for you and for me, for both of us.
Yes, sir. 1 second. I'll just send you, sir.
Any more doubts? That's fine, madam. I'm creating. Okay, here you're selecting adjustment type as discount percentage. Okay, here you are mentioning how much discount. Adjustment basis, it is showing list price.
Yes, sir.
This is correct only, madam. Because
Oh.
the discount is applied on the sales price. List price is nothing but sales price.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I remember it being discount percentage, so I was looking for that, sir.
Here you selected discount percentage already. Okay, that is
Okay.
enough.
Okay,
It's
sir.
not a discount.
Thank-
Why you select 2 times discount percentage? No.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any more doubts?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Hmm?
Sir, yesterday I tried to create a sourcing rule, sir. In that sourcing rule, I can't able to see my organization, sir. I sent to you mail, sir. Please check it, sir.
Collections. Issue with the collections.
Okay.
Did you submitted collections?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you send me the screenshots how you submitted the collections?
First
Huh?
one, sir.
So you're not able to see anything in the ATP rule, sourcing rule. That means it's not collected properly. I believe you have missed that step, which step is nothing but first you have to add your inventory ordinations in the source systems, right? That you completed. This step did you complete it? Adding inventory ordinations in the source system. This one. Please respond, man.
Sir, let me check that.
Which instance?
EHQA, sir.
What is the org name?
Denver, sir. You start with the Denver. I have done that step, sir.
Yeah, I see it here. Master org and Chennai you have not added.
That is dummy.
Okay. Step completed. Collections also you're saying that you completed the collections, right?
Yes.
Promising. These two are your ordinations only.
Yes, sir.
It is displaying, man, now. Displaying
Okay.
now.
Thank you. Maybe this program collection job set program will take 30 minutes time, sir. In that,
Okay. Any more doubts?
thank you so much, sir.
Okay. See you on Monday then. Thank you all. Bye.
Sir, advance happy birthday.